California, more than 8 million people have applied for unemployment benefits. Tony?
Yeah, we're keeping an eye on both numbers. Jamie, thank you very much. The surge in coronavirus cases is putting a severe strain on hospitals all around the country and also on healthcare workers. Our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, is in Miami for us. David, good morning. What's the situation where you are?
Tony, Miami-Dade County, the most populated county in the state, has had hospitals put in more requests to get extra nurses to help out than any other county in the state. Right now, the state tells CBS News they've gotten about 51 hospital requests for nurses. They need about 2,000 nurses statewide to help out, but they've only found 1,000 so far. Some of those nurses are working here at Jackson Memorial, one of the largest hospitals of the state, and we spoke with the ICU director yesterday to get the latest.
So by the end of the week, we will be 100% full.
Dr. David De La Zerda is the lead ICU doctor at Miami's Jackson Memorial Hospital. He says they've opened a 5th ICU to handle the influx of patients when normally they have just one.
Are the ones in the ICU now younger? Are they sicker?
Initially, in this wave, we start seeing much younger and sicker patients. When I mean sicker, I mean they're using more ICU resources. They use more oxygen. They use more medications to keep the blood pressure high.
Dr. De La Zerda says patients' youth, combined with the use of antiviral medication, remdesivir, steroids, and convalescent plasma, is helping to keep the mortality rate lower, about 8% of ICU admissions. But patients are staying in the hospital for much longer than before.
I mean, 2 or 3 weeks, they can stay in the ICU and then go to the floor for another 2 or 3 weeks. So a COVID patient can stay in the system for up to 2 months.
In Miami-Dade County, 10 hospitals now say they have 0 or only 1 adult ICU bed available. Medical assistant Sammy Diaz was hospitalized with coronavirus back in June. The 29-year-old single mother of 3 died 18 days later.
I buried her on my birthday.
Diaz's mother, Anadelia Diaz, says her daughter had no underlying health conditions. Now Sammy's 15-year-old, 2-year-old, and 1-year-old are without their mom.
Are you now going to raise the kids?
Yes, I am. When she was in the hospital, I said to her, don't worry about the kids, and she says, Mom, I never worry about my kids when they're with you.
Sammy's 30th birthday was 2 days after her mother buried her. One more thing before we go. We're keeping a close eye on what's happening in Louisiana. You know, when Louisiana had its hottest hotspot moment, it was centered around New Orleans, and it was right after Mardi Gras, which they think contributed to the rise in cases. We spoke with a health official yesterday, Gail, who told us that now there is COVID throughout the state of Louisiana in every single parish, especially those that have fewer hospitals and need more resources.
That seems to be how this story is going, David. I'm still thinking